Sagittarius or cross watcher, this message is going to be for you. I wrote down stopped in their tracks, even if it's just for a moment. Someone here has been stopped in their tracks. It could be like, you know, there's a saying like dumbfounded. It could be because someone here is and has been, maybe even a group of people, hell-bent. It feels like very hell-bent, which is a repeat energy I've seen today. It's like you've got the Jekyll and Hyde type energy here. You have the, you know, the angel and the devil. You've got like the spiritual war going on. I'm not saying you do, but today especially, it's like this portal is just this opening and all these different energies are coming through, and as they go through, they are conflicting with one another. And I feel as if someone here is conflicting with your energy. They're conflicting with the fact that you are not letting something affect you. It reminds me very similar of Scorpios. They're all kind of related too. And maybe even there is a group of people who are related in some way, or they're related to one another. Like you can find them all on the same friends list or something, or they all went to the same school, or they're actually in a family. It's like related to one another, and they're all in a specific energy that is secretive and conniving, cunning, sly, cruel, unforgiving, judgmental. There's a lot of energy I feel here, and it's been pointed at you. And what's interesting is the dead end that it's reaching at this moment. And I mean that like literally stopped in their tracks. They can go no further from this point forward. It's like a wrench being thrown in someone's plans. Stopped. A lot of times when people hear that, especially people who are hell-bent and in that energy, they will want to aggress more. They will want to do something more. But they're using more energy. You know how like when you get in water and they tell you not to panic. Like let's say you get in water but you feel like you're starting to drown. And you start to panic and you start kicking and flailing about to, well, save yourself, to keep yourself above the water. This is what it feels they are doing energetically right now, because, well, their plan is failing. Their plans are failing. There's a lot of them here. There's a lot of people here against you, or they have been. But for some reason they can't move forward right now. I can't really pick up on it. I don't know why. I don't know if your energy's changed or you're just in balance right now. I don't really know. Or like the other messages, you're just being protected. But it's definitely causing a stir. I see a stirrer. You know, like a little coffee stirrer, those little tiny straws you put in either alcoholic beverages or in coffee. I see a stirrer. Someone here may have been trying to stir the pot or stir up some shit and regarding you. But at least for now, they're actually using more of their energy trying to do this. They're very bent out of shape. And as I'm saying this, here is the net returning. The net was in the other message, and it's like they're back again. It's interesting, these energies, how they come and go, like relentless type energy, bully type energy. This, here you go, it's like getting closer to me. It's like a monitor, which I got in Virgo's message, monitoring spirit. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. I told you there's a lot of them here. It's like they're all connected. They're all related. These gnats are all related. There's a movie that my daughter's been asking me to watch. I need to watch it. I'll probably watch it tonight, actually. It's called Something in Paris. It's like a cartoon, and I'm pretty sure she told me it's either a flea or a gnat. I'm pretty sure it's a flea, though. and the flea or gnat turns into a human for a little while or something, and he falls in love with this woman. I don't know anymore. I didn't watch it. I probably should watch it. It's something to do with that here. But anyway, I think in the end he ends up turning back into a flea. I don't know. Somebody could have been trying to pretend to be something they weren't here towards you. Maybe you're starting to see someone's true colors, or they hoped that you wouldn't see that they were something they weren't. Or they were pretending to be something they weren't. I don't know. Vice versa. Yeah. So that tells me here something pretty big about you. You probably have a massive purpose on this planet. And you're probably walking in it right now. You've probably never been more aligned. Even if you don't feel like you are. You're actually very aligned right now. And this is why they're surrounding you energetically. I'm not saying you can see a bunch of people surrounding you right now, but behind the scenes, their energy is surrounding you. But surrounding them is an ocean, waves engulfing them, and they're losing energy because they're spending it all on you, and their anger is wearing them out. They're spending a lot of time, energy, and some money to slowly or rapidly deteriorate you in some way, or disintegrate you, or something about you, regarding you, hurt you. And they're weaker. I don't know, something to do with weaker, or something to do with in a week, or the past week, or weaker. It's interesting too, because I feel a vibe here that some of these individuals, or one in particular at least, in their mind, they genuinely feel like you have nothing to offer. They thought that you had nothing to offer. It's like the idea of somebody who's sleeping on you. They've thought that you were nothing and no one and unworthy of the very breath in your lungs. And that's harsh to say, but that's what I'm getting. There's a reason all of this is coming out today. There's a reason. There may even be a level here of someone knowing that you know now, whatever that means. Oh, we know what that means, don't we? They know that you know now that it was them. They know that you know now that they have something to do with it. They know now that you know maybe what you're talking about. This could be someone who never believed in you, who's being forced to believe. They're being made a believer. I'm a believer. I'm high on me. I'm probably getting that wrong. That you're in love with me. Am I mixing songs there? Is that two different songs? You know, I feel like you're really admirable. You know, man or woman, Sagittarius, you're really, really admirable. Like, you have a lot of, I don't know, admirers or something, or one in particular, and that could be, for some, that could be the exact reason that you're being targeted, or that you have been targeted, energetically speaking, because it's about control. Doing everything they can, pulling out every trick in the book, like rabbits out of a hat, to stop maybe someone from wanting you, from seeing you in a favorable light, from stopping anyone from seeing you in a favorable light, from stopping people in general from liking you. This is like that type energy, and it stems solely from a place of jealousy and a lack within. This person lives in fear. That's a reoccurring message as well today, is people, like, you've got people who don't live in fear, you, and then you've got people who do live in fear, and so they react and they do things spitefully out of their anger and out of their desperation for the control of how you are viewed and how your life is going. They're playing God. It's not you they despise, Sagittarius. It is themselves. You just remind them of what they believed is real is an illusion. They have no control over anything. Best of all, you. They don't have control of themselves, but they want control of you or your outcome. You are loved for your originality. You are loved for your uniqueness, your ability to stand out and not join the crowd. You are also hated for it as well. You don't try to be different, you just are. You have everything that they've tried to convince themselves that you don't. You deserve everything beautiful that they believe you do not. You're just living your life. And this is the type of energy where one might be scheming up another plan or racking their brain, to come up with more plans, like, plan A, plan B, plan C, all the way down the alphabet. But again, they're using a lot of energy. If you give that much energy to something, you're bound to tire out. You're bound to wear yourself out. That's why also in swimming, like on swim team, they would tell us, you have your speed swimmers and you have your distance swimmers. Oh my gosh, you guys have to watch the movie. It is incredible. Well, it's really a kind of like a biography. It's a movie about a real woman who, oh my gosh, what was her name? Gertrude Ederle. She went by Trudy, and she was the first woman to swim the English Channel. You have to see it. It's called like Woman of the Sea. It's on Disney or Disney Plus or something. It's about her life and how she was always told no. I believe she was a Scorpio, if I remember correctly. Let's see, Gertrude Ederle. Born October 23rd, 1905 in New York. She died November 30th, 2003. I'm pretty sure, what is that, like 98? She was never married, never had any children. This woman was a powerhouse, I'm talking, okay? Was an American competition swimmer, Olympic champion, and world record holder in 5 events. On August 6th, 1926, she became the first woman to swim across the English Channel. Among other nicknames, the press sometimes called her Queen of the Waves. So there's a movie about her called Young Woman and the Sea. It's incredible. You have to watch it. She was sabotaged. Literally, it took her 14 hours to swim the English Channel. She had to swim at night at some point. She also got stung by jellyfish. She got stung by jellyfish on the way and kept swimming. Jellyfish is my favorite animal. She kept swimming. I mean, talk about focus and determination. I feel like that's you. And that makes you very original, because most people would have given up by now. And they're surprised that you haven't. These people showing up here in this message today, the ones taking on the nat energy, the monitors, the ops, they're here. And they're always here. Just like if you watch the movie, you really should watch the movie, but there's one time she attempts to do it and she fails because her own coach sabotaged her. Jealousy, because he couldn't do it. So because he knew that she could, and she was so determined, she would rather die than give up, honestly. That's like pure determination. That's when you know your soul was meant to do something. So all of these spectators on this boat were just watching, watching and watching and watching. And that's what they're doing with you, watching how you defeat the impossible and how you get up and keep going, and how you keep going. You're not letting the ocean overcome you. You're overcoming the ocean. And critics and everybody, a lot of this and this going back and forth, because back in the day they didn't have cell phones, so I would have to be sent by birds. They would send the messages, like exactly how many hours she's been in the water, how she's doing. They would send they would write it on paper and send it through birds to another ship, and then it would go to land, and then they would put it through the radio, I believe. Incredible. It's incredibly encouraging. And she would be like, kick those feet. You know, it's about don't give up. Like, don't give up. And someone here, well, maybe several someones, they find it incredibly profound that you haven't given up by now and that you keep going, even if at times you've almost tapped out or you've been sabotaged. You have people trying to sabotage your success. It's miraculous that you can even, I'm hearing, like, show your face or keep going and not be ashamed or embarrassed, or, and you're like, of what? People's opinions? You know, there was things that she would also do to help her get through the ocean. She would say that she would talk to the animals, like the creatures in the ocean. She would talk to the ocean itself, because you get bored in the water that long, you know what I mean? But if you think about competitive swimming, if you are a distance swimmer, they tell you to start off very slow. If you ever watch swim competitions, you'll see that the distance swimmers, they often are slower. And you may be like, oh, they're not going to win the race like this. What are they doing? You know what I mean? Because I'm a speed swimmer. So it's like, come on, you know. I mean, I'm also very patient. Well, I've learned patience, and not because I wanted to. But you get the point. So, like, the distance swimmers, they're like, I don't know. I have a lot of admiration for a distance swimmer because I've tried it, and I felt like I was dying. Plus, your lungs, like, you cough blood. Like, you don't cough up blood, but you cough blood. Like, when you cough, you taste blood. It's something to do with your lungs. Now, I'm pretty sure after you swim, right, you can't fly if you swim like that, right? Is that like a rule? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, so yeah, she would say her little tips and tricks and how she got through it. And she had people along the way that did believe in her, but they were also people who were kind of on her level that also dared to swim the English Channel and also conquered it. They were there and had her back, whereas some people didn't. And she even had a lot of jealousy, even within her family, people who didn't even believe in her. People who weren't even concerned with what she had going on, and she wasn't concerned with their lack of concern. She let it get to her for a minute, and then she got back up and kept going, and that's you. You mirror Gertrude Ederle, and that is a huge compliment. So you should probably watch the movie based after the true story of Gertrude Ederle. At some point, she did become deaf too. I mean, the girl even overcame measles. And I'm pretty sure when she swam the English Channel, she was, what, 21? 20? She was very young, basically barely an adult. Left home and went by herself. And at one point when she was in the water swimming, when she actually conquered the English Channel, her sister, whom did judge her for a little bit and did kind of settle in her own life, she ended up getting in the ocean with her to encourage her because she started to get discouraged. I mean, yeah, you're in the water for 14 hours. Of course, anybody would be. She's a powerhouse, you know? So she started to get discouraged because it's just a lot, you know? I mean, I can't even imagine. I can't even speak on it like I have any right to. I wouldn't even dare to do that. I got in the ocean for an hour with sharks and I was a little bitch about it, you know? That scared the shit out of me. But she swam it by herself, and at some point the boat had to turn around because it couldn't go through. It's a lot, you guys. I'm ruining the whole movie here. But it's about her life. All you gotta do is read the story about her life. So anyway, her sister got in the water to encourage her to keep going. And that actually happened in real life, you know? Her sister did that. So there are people that believe in you, and they're gonna root you on. And those are the people that are right there alongside you and not trying to sabotage you. They are encouraged by your determination and your heart for what you do. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.